Hi, it's Ibsen here. It's Ibsen Alexander, and today I'm going to talk to you in this video about a continuation of net present value and future values if you were to invest your cash into the bank over 5 years, and if you were to acquire a property and so forth. So before I move ahead, I just have to remind you that this video is going to be a little bit longer, in the 10 and 15 minutes. Hopefully we'll keep it at that. I'll keep it at that. And so yeah, let's just do a quick recap. If you didn't watch the other video I had about net present value and future values and so forth, so go ahead and watch that. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that now, but let's just do a quick recap from what I said before. So we talked about in terms of calculating the future values of those, because we defined what the net present value was, and I'm just going to do that in this formula right now. So future value is equal to PV, of course, times your, let's say, 1 plus R, which is your rate, okay, over the amount of year that is invested. That's your future value. So so we had, what did we have? We had $100. Remember, in the last video, that's what we had. We had $100, and we had the interest rate was 5%. So, and the year was 1. That's what it was, and that gave us $105 accumulation of interest, right? So that's what we discussed last time. Again, if you haven't watched it, go ahead and do so. But now let's go ahead, and I'm going to talk to you about, say, now suppose you go ahead and you take that $100 out of your pocket and you deposit it in a bank where you're still getting the interest rate at 5%. But now the term is 5 years. It's not 1 year anymore, and of course the interest payout will be usual, will be the same. So what will the net present value be at that time, and what exactly will be the present value, and what will be your NPV? Okay, so let's go ahead and say again, we had the same amount that was invested. Okay, that's $100, and remember the interest rate was 5%, which is also your discount rate. And we had our cash flows. We had it only for year 1, but this time it's going to be year 0, year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and we'll include another year 5. So again, what did we do? You go ahead and you deposit. Okay, we did deposit $100. Remember, that's going out of your pocket. Outlay, so it's 100. It's a negative 100, and so no cash. You're not depositing anything here at all, so all this is going to be 0. Okay, and the interest payout is going to be, again, your first year, there's no interest bearing, no accumulation of interest your first year, so you will not be getting anything, and you get $5 for first year, second, third, okay, and your last year. Now the principal is not going to be at year 1, because since we have 5 years, it's going to be, you get it back, okay, at year 5. So now let's see. Oh, by the way, keep in mind that I will also post, you will be able to see that on my website, refivest.com, www.refivest.com. I will post the Excel sheets format, or you can download them if you want and play with them, play with the numbers, change the interest rate, change the discount rate, change the amount invested, so you can see how the numbers change. And so this will be negative 100. By the way, in that first video there was a mistake there. It was supposed to be negative $100, not $100 for the total cash flows. Okay, so now 0, 0.55, 0.55, 0 plus 55, 0 plus 55, and this is $105. Yeah, there's a dollar sign in front of this, but you get the point. I'm not going to go ahead and do that right now. So anywho, this is what the future cash flows would look like if you were invested for 5 years. Okay, not 1 year, but 5 years. You see how the interest accumulate, but you still get that. You get $5 and $5 in as interest, but year 5 you get that 105. Now let's just let's try to understand the internal rate of return with that. Let's assume now you do have a residential building. Okay, that's it's a project, and it costs you. We're not going to say $100 million. I'm going to keep it simple, $100. Okay, it's a redevelopment, or you're just acquiring that property. Now the project was constructed. It's constructed in a year, and from the next year you're going to receive rental income, right? So you go ahead and you acquire. It's the development. It's been constructed within a year, 2014. You invest $100 in the project, and then the following year in 2015 you're going to start receiving, because now you're going to lease retail space or rooms in the building for tenants and so forth, and you're getting $7,000. Let's just say it's $7. Okay, and what we're going to do now, we're going to hold on to the property. We're going to hold the property for 5 years, and we're going to sell it, dispose of the property. We're going to dispose of the asset in year 5 for $130 million. Again, $130 to keep it simple. Now, what is your internal rate of return is going to be? What is your IRR? Which means that return that makes your internal net present value equal 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, this video is approaching the 10-minute marks. I'm going to go ahead and stop this one now, so I can start brand new in talking about the what your cash flows will look like. Okay, by looking at the IRR, the internal rate of return. Does that sound? I think that sounds fair, and I'll break it down in terms of, if we're going to put into an Excel sheet that you can go ahead and download, and as well as break it down into format as future values, just like the one you see above, which future values equals PV times 1 plus R to the power of N, which is the number of year that you're going to get that interest and money back. Okay, that's about it for this one, and look forward for the next video, where I'm going to talk to you more about how we can go ahead and using this information to get the internal rate of return of this project. I'll talk to you later in the other video. Take care.